So about 3 years ago, I made a video called 5 Things I Want to See in Power Rangers Dino Fury. And I basically just went through 5 things that I wanted to see in the upcoming show, because at the time, we knew absolutely nothing. I think we might have known like the cast and that was it. If you go watch that video, I'll link it in the description. I pretty much got nothing right. I think there might have been like 1 or 2 things that I kind of like very half, if not quarterly predicted, but for the most part I was very wrong. I tried to stay realistic, but I was also still sort of hoping for more, even though we were just transitioning from Saban to Hasbro and they still had their deals and everything like that. With Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, supposedly, hopefully coming out this like September or October, I thought, why don't I just do this video again on Cosmic Fury? I've tried to be a bit more realistic. It's hard to grasp because I know what we've had in the past, so I know what to expect if we were getting like Saban again. But this is Netflix, this is only 10 episodes, this is completely original, well minus some of the Q Ranger stuff. So I don't know what to expect, so I've tried to balance out my kind of the things I want, just so that, you know, it's not too far-fetched, but I'm still thinking that I'm quite optimistic in them. So yeah, these are the 5 things that I want to see in the upcoming Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. So the first thing is that I really want to see less of the Morphin Masters. Now, I think the fact that we've got the Morphin Masters in general from the comics is incredible. The fact that they would adapt something like that from comic book into, well, it's not, it's from, I know it's from Mighty Morphin, but it was like a singular line that the comics then took and ran with.
It is an ancient tale that dates back to when the battle between good and evil began. Millions of years ago, ancient sorcerers who called themselves the Morphin Masters hid a universe of power within 2 mystic power eggs.
I think retcons are becoming too much of a thing because of them, and I think that with them about, especially the Green Morphin Master and the entire story. I like the story arcs we had with the Morphin Master, but I just think there's no real danger if at any point the Green Morphin Master can just come out and be like, zap. You know, if for whatever reason they're unreachable or captured, I don't know, like, but if something were to happen to the Morphin Masters, because I think we know that like 3 of them are dead, right? Like, we've got green, we've got blue, we've got red. I think they said something in that one episode about the fact that they're the only ones left, so I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I just feel like the Morphin Masters, they're too powerful. And I feel like a lot of like the solutions to stories have just been, oh, it's fine, the Morphin Masters will deal with it, or the Morphin Masters did it, or something like that. Even though I feel like Morphin Master Green is probably going to be the cause or the reason they get their upgraded powers. So yeah, but that's just, I think I just like to see a little bit less of them because it feels like there's no real stakes when they're involved. Leading on from that, the second thing I'd like is potentially a new mentor. Now, I love Solon, and I don't want Solon to go anywhere, but if the Morphin Masters aren't the cause of these new powers, then it'd be cool if there was somebody else who was. This could be Billy. There's been rumours that Billy's going to show up in Cosmic Fury. I don't entirely know. It doesn't have to be Billy. I wouldn't be upset if the new mentor wasn't Billy, but I just think it makes sense that these new powers have come from a third party, especially with Gosei in Megaforce. It was like, these powers we've had all along, but you've just now unlocked them. It's a bit of a shit, it's a bit of a shit like way of doing it. So I'd just like there to be a third party that comes in that's able to provide these power upgrades. One of my theories as to why it could potentially be Billy is because there's one episode, I forget the name of it, but I'll put it on screen, and it's when, I believe it's when the Green Morphin Master and Lord Zed get trapped in a crystal, and someone says something like, maybe there's Rangers out there that have crystal powers who deal with crystals, and maybe we can ask them.
Could we find someone in the Ranger database who knows about crystals?
Rangers with crystal powers? I suppose it could be a thing.
So there's every chance, because they're doing kind of what they did with the first 3 seasons of Mighty Morphin, where they do 3 seasons and it's dinosaur related and stuff like that. These new powers will come from the Zeo Crystal, because we never saw what happened to the Zeo Crystal. It didn't get destroyed or anything. So maybe these new powers are, they go to Billy and they're like, we need help because of Lord Zed, and you know you fought Lord Zed, and then he taps into the power of the Zeo Crystal to give them these upgrades. Just a thought. I won't be mad if that doesn't happen because it is quite a, you know, it's quite out there, but who knows. The third thing I'd really like to see in Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, emphasis on Cosmic Fury. I want to see some other planets. I'd hate it if it was just Earth, Rafcon, and then like the moon. We know of other planets in this universe. We've got KO-35, we've got Aquitar, we've got Edenoi, we've got Eltar. There's so many others as well. That would be a waste not to explore. I feel they'll probably get a spaceship, so I assume they're going to be darting about the place. I know there's only 10 episodes, but I think just to see something like, you know, Eltar. Billy at the end of Once and Always was trying to get Zordon back. Maybe they go to Eltar and we find out some more information about Zordon or something like that. I don't know, but I just think it'd be such a waste, especially when we have like other Rangers on planets like Aquitar. to not be going to these planets. Leading on from the Alien Rangers, the fourth thing I'd like to see in this show is some more Alien Rangers, whether that is the Alien Rangers as we already know on Aquitar, or we branch out to more. We know, for example, we know Andros and Zane are out there in space somewhere, potentially still on KO-35 darting about. We know Adam Aisha are darting about space, but also think of Megaforce. When we saw the suits that were from Sentai but Power Rangers never adapted, Gosei was like, these are the suits that you've never seen on Earth before.
Rangers, you've now unlocked new modes that have never been seen before on this planet.
Let's switch things up! Legendary Ranger mode!
Bring on the new powers!
And we saw suits like Die Ranger. We saw suits from 5-Man, which now in the comics they have adapted into, I believe they're called the Supersonic Rangers, and then the green one ends up becoming Psycho Green or something like that. I'm not too caught up to date with it. But there's opportunity here to show Rangers that we've not seen, or follow in SPD's footsteps, create an additional, like, completely original team. That's already the route they're going with this season. So just show us some Rangers that we've never seen before, that aren't past Rangers, that are, you know, have returning actors coming back. Give us some more Rangers. Give us Rangers we've not seen from other planets. Have them team up and borrow tech and equipment, and just, it'd be a missed opportunity if every single time we see another team of Rangers, it's like, oh my god, it's that team of Rangers that were only relevant like fucking 30 years ago. And once again, leading on from the last point, and finally, number 5, I want to see the Q Ranger suits. Now, I know that we're not getting the Q Ranger suits adapted. We've got original suits based off the Dino Fury helmets, and they're new. They're specifically Cosmic Fury suits. However, like I've kind of said throughout this, you know, there could be other Rangers. I'd like to see other Rangers. I'd like to know that these powers aren't just some mad upgrade that Solon's always had in his back pocket or something. I want there to be a reason to this, and even if you just see the red Q Ranger suit, and it's or someone saying these power upgrades once belonged to a different set of Rangers who are no longer with us, and then you can show Sentai footage on like a screen, because they've always got archival footage somehow of people fighting, and you can show the Q Rangers out in space fighting, and then you can be like, they didn't make it, but their Zords are what's left. Even if the red Q Ranger is like, he is still alive, but the rest of his team have died, and he's the one that passes on the powers. He's like, look, Lord Zed's kicking about, I heard about it, but I can't do anything about it because I'm one guy, so I'm going to break up all of these powers and get these Q-Tamas, because I think they're still using the Q-Tamas in the orbs in the new Morpher. These can go to you guys, and then that'll be it. Simon Bennett has also teased that the colour of the Zords won't necessarily correlate to the colour of the Ranger, so like the green Zord might not go to the Green Ranger. So this would be a perfect opportunity for us to get those other coloured suits in of Q Ranger and just have them be like passed on or something. I just think that even if you're not adapting Q Ranger, get the suit, get one suit. Just give people what they want. They wanted these suits, but we're not being given them. I don't think it'd be too far-fetched, even if the US or like New Zealand didn't have access to those suits, but we saw Sentai footage and it was these Rangers once used these Zords. Rangers aren't around anymore, but the Zords are. You can use the Zords. I think that's not too far-fetched. I hope, anyway. So yeah, those are the main 5 things that I really want to see in Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. I do have some side notes, but I feel they weren't like big enough points to be like a big part of the show, but there are things that I think would be cool that Rangers have done in the past, and I think one of them is that in seasons such as In Space and Mystic Force, they have that thing at the end where there's like, the final episode, stakes are really high and the Rangers have to reveal their identity. I think something like that would be sick, just to get something like that again, where, you know, everybody's in danger, there's a bunch of people surrounding the Rangers and Lord Zed's kicking about doing something, or one of the original villains are doing something. The Rangers just got to morph, but there's people around, so they just got to do it in front of everybody, and then they're like, oh my god, the Power Rangers, they're here, waha. Doesn't have to happen, but I just think that's something we've not had in a while in the show, and I think it always makes for a great scene. And again, just one more thing, which I didn't think was enough to be like a main point, but just a little side note. They've brought Lord Zed back. Don't fuck with him. Don't, like, I love that I think it's cool that he's back, and I think that explanation of the Z-Wave and everything, and Lord Zed being reanimated and his, like, pure rust and all that stuff. Just, if he's back, make it fucking worth it. Don't do it for the sake of it. Man needs to be tough. Man needs to cause scenes. That's all I'll say. Technically, there's 7 things I'd like to see in Cosmic Fury, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, that is what I would really love to see in Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have anything to add? Let me know in the comments down below. Just last weekend, I went to Manchester Comic Con and I had the absolute pleasure of meeting the incredible David Yost. He signed my Morpher for me, and he's just an incredible guy. I also met some really cool cosplayers. I actually made some videos as well, so if you go to our Film Studios Instagram page, of course link in the description, you can check them out there. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, consider giving it a share. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. We've got about 350 more to go. We'll see what happens. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.